Atlantis show live. Where that filter go? I was liking that joint. Alright, so boom. Dealing with your mental chakras, right? It deals with a lot of it deals with your feminine energy. It deals with your nervous system, your ex. So when it comes to anxiety, being a combination of all of the energies that's been manipulated by emotions that were taught to you. Okay, it's pretty much nobody's fault at this time because we all got at one point. It's just the younger kids need to be listened to because at the same time they're coming into a generation of information being presented to them already as it is, and you feel me? So it's like getting back to point. Dealing with your mental chakras that deals with your A's and B's, your carbon and your hydrogen links. Okay, boom, boom. That's one of the blockages, period. Because people can get their physical right, or whatever they're doing, get some money or all the type of shit. But then it goes all back to, do you have peace of mind, a sound mind? So this goes back to like the book of Ecclesiastes. Because this is like really a copy of everything that was going on in that book. But anyways, the key point was finding contentment, or really finding peace within self. So that's what people need to be doing, healing. Yeah, it's good to be fasting, but to take on these energies, mental, because they have attachments to certain things that have you backtracking, attachments to certain things that have you just, it seems like the past keep coming up because it deals with your soul also when you're dealing with that mental blockage. When your perspective or your spirit or your conscious or whatever they call the left side, they most of the time call the right side the subconscious. So I'll be saying conscious, subconscious type shit, spirit, soul. So when the perspective matches soul, that's a that's a that's a good job. But the thing is, the soul can still have attachments to this world type shit. You feel me? To the flesh and all types of bullshit. Dealing with fear at the end of the day, which is the main blockage. It's gonna be dealing with your root. That deals with your sacral because it's connected. So when you add those frequencies together, you actually come up with the heart frequency. So really, that's the energy you need to be in. So your solar energy can cooperate with that and your higher self. Because once you get this higher self in tune with the lower self, you start to go higher. So physically, on that note, physically on that note, 2021 denoted that energy to have you in that higher aspect. That was dealing with like 4D energy. We passed that on the physical state. They're not going to tell you that. We're close. Greetings, greetings. We're past the fourth. We're on a six on the physical state, and that's settling. So that a lot of that energy can deal with extra emotions. You feel me? Because when you're in this, like, the time that we're living in, so to say, is either you're gaining a lot of cells or losing a lot of cells. But I mean, you can maintain that because we've been doing that pretty much our whole life. But it's just we're being exposed to more radiation. So it's causing cellular subdivision, but that also deals with your mental chakras. That's why it needs to be clear. Like, find peace of mind, sound mind, however they said it in the Bible. Um, and pretty much like Neo, free your mind. That's pretty much what they were really talking about. They were talking about the mental chakras. So when you look at the chakra list, you have a whole list of, like negative and positives. That's next to the colors of the chakras, or next to the organs. So with these emotions, it's like it's really like blocking awareness. See, all your chakras deal with awarenesses, and these emotions that's not really of you needs to be removed because it's interfering with the X gene, and it does that with men and females. It's just females deal with it even more, or deal with anxiety even more, just because of having two X's. So it fucks with the imagination more. You feel me? So the thing is, you have your soul, and your soul pretty much knows. So when you get when you clear the mental chakras, pretty much left starts to operate with B even more. But it's like you're detaching from a lot of bullshit that just really don't serve no purpose. You feel me? But that's why you gotta get it first. Like, I'm in the heart space, and this is how I'm moving in the heart space and higher. You feel me? But at the same time, you're still dealing with your root, sacral, and solar energy. It's just you're getting them aligned. So that's when coming into dreams and stuff, you'll be able to interpret them and different things like that. Just because you now have an understanding. So, but the thing is, the only way you can really unblock it mentally is through imagination. So a lot of people might not have, or can use their imaginations, especially like they used to as a kid. So then that goes back to a physical blockage. So that's when fasting actually plays a big part into doing this, because a lot of anxiety and other thinkings and weird ass thoughts can actually come from the consumption of food. So when you're dealing with consumption of nature, it's coming out the ground, especially with this new energy type shit. But I mean, of course, watch your food. It's the same thing with anything else you buy. So I mean, of course, watch that. But fruits and vegetables, really, fruits is the key, just because of the type of water it produces, and it deals with the God gene, the sugar cell that the fruit actually produces. So I mean, I actually like fucked around and took a fake perk on accident. really, it was peaceful. And I was like, bro, this shit might be fake. 'Cause it wasn't as hard. Like, if you take, I don't take perks, but I know about the shit. I ain't gonna say too much, but I know about shit. So it's like, niggas be having all these fake perks, and they're not supposed to break at all. Like, if you throw it at the wall, it still shouldn't break. Like, a real perk is hard as hell. Feel me? So, if anyone is listening and y'all be taking perks, leave that shit alone, first of all. Because it's really a sodium blocker at the end of the day. And when this sun get to beaming, a lot of that shit got fentanyl in it. That's dealing with uh, no, it deals with pathological blood destruction, which is lysis. And if you ain't mentally in tune, you ain't gonna be able to handle that shit. So that shit happened to me. And the only thing that really saved me was me just being in tune with nature. Like me understanding what was going on with nature. Because when you get that mental blockage out the way, bro, you just gonna start tuning in, especially if you're actually trying. Like, and then you gotta know like bullshit from not bullshit too. Cause that's gonna deal with cleaning out your body at the same time. Cause I swear it really comes from the foods, bro. It really be the foods. Like, when you start cleaning up, you start to like really not even be in the frequency of fear. It's just the only thing that's gonna block you is you in fear. So first you have to understand fear is like was taught to go against you. Fear is just it matches that energy, but it's not that energy. Like, it can activate that energy sometimes, but because the root is always tied to the heart and the brain. So it's like they're always still aligned. It's just certain energies is a blockage to your awareness. That's all. And that deals with a lot of intuition because they have, like, your body has its own brain to itself dealing with you. So, I mean, like your melanin and everything. So, it's key at this point to actually do both physical and mental. You cleaning up your chakras physically, dealing with your body, your organs, and everything. And it's going to match your mental when you unblock it. Like, you have to be able to picture all their traumas, though. And pretty much, if you could picture it just like floating down the river or something, burning in fire, something, it don't matter how. It's like flushing down the toilet. Like, if you can just picture it, like, if you don't picture it, it's not going to work. So if you have a hard time seeing it, that means just blend up some fruits. You can do your own type of blends. Just go with how you feel at the moment. You feel me? Because a lot of the times that deals with your intuition too. Like, especially when it comes to like fruits and stuff like that. Just go with like how you feel type shit. And make it make sense for you. So like, just blend up different colors or just the good one is if you blend up a rainbow and just drink that, it get rid of any of them chemtrail side effects and all types of shit. And that help you clean your blood up so you can absorb this energy better than you were at first. Meaning, summertime comes, you should be able to be outside with your little fruit juice, chilling like it's 70 degrees, while it while the news telling you it's 100 or 90 or some shit. Because the more hot it get, that's actually the UV index getting exposed to the ground. When they get the chemtrails up and stuff, it cools off the air. Now you got a wind chill thinking it came from the seas and shit. Like, that should actually be interfering with the magnetism and the charges in the air, just so we don't get that shit. So, I mean, that can interfere too. So, it's imperative that you work on cleansing, you feel me, physically, before you start unlocking, trying to unlock your mental. So, just so you can see the difference, you feel me? Like, you have to see the difference so you know where it's actually coming from. Because I could tell you a lot of anxiety comes from the foods, and it might not make sense, but it's gonna make sense when you see it for yourself. Like, I could say a whole bunch of shit, but it's not gonna make sense till you see it for yourself. You feel me? So, like, the best video I've been telling everyone to go to is the Avatar video when he teaches aim. Somebody has a 7-minute clip of it, or you can just go to the episode on Netflix or something. But that, oh shit, that one clip is he taught Aang what the chakras was and how it, just like how the body needs to have a flow, your energy has to have a flow. You feel me? Up and down type shit. Your kundalini has to have a flow. You feel me? But it has to work with the body. Okay? So that's when a physical cleanup is actually imperative. Because now your cells are going to be able to reproduce the way they're supposed to. They're going to actually not die out when they're growing. Like, it's kind of like when you smoke weed, they duplicate. You feel me? They duplicate. But they say we duplicate a lot of cells. We have millions, trillions of cells, and some of them die out. That's the only reasons because of the shit we be eating. Okay? Once you start cleaning up that shit, your frequency dealing with your cells are going to start to grow. So that's when the mental chakra is actually imperative to match with it too. Because that's your A and B, your left and right. That's another trinity. So this is going to play part of your spirituality, but it's going to be more of a knowing type thing. So if you check out the Avatar video, Unlocking Your Chakras, he's going to walk you through it. You feel me? I was going to do it, but I be telling people to go and look at that video. And I said, if you can actually picture it, it will fucking work. Excuse my language. But if you can picture it, it will work. Like, I'm serious. Like, you don't even have to, like, I mean, depending on how you meditate, sometimes I could just be chilling right here and I just close my eyes. I could be anywhere, sitting around, just close my eyes. You feel me? And boom. Start realizing that shit actually is more power than what you think it is. Because now that's dealing with manifestations. But the thing is, when you can imagine it and it's gone, it's like deleting a virus off of your computer type shit. Like, I be doing breath. You hear how the birds chirping. I be doing breath work with them sometimes when I'm in the mood. But it be like they get to laughing at me or something. This shit be weird.